Quiet! Crikey's, you're heavy. This is a military-grade rubber chicken that I stole some time ago. I'm going to bring it back up here to the turntable and start to mess with his head. Some of my best work to date. And when this fool comes in to do this adult toy review of these trays, he's gonna flip and freak out when he sees that military-style chicken and the special little note I have in its beak. We're gonna start to mess with his mind because he knows nothing! I've said all along, he knows nothing!
Warning. This video is made for a general audience. It may contain adult themes, consumer advice, and information that can be enjoyed by all ages. I need to say this because, sadly, the YouTube systems are totally dumb ass.
Well, sometimes you make a video and it brightens up your day. I'm not feeling that well today. I hate to think what I'm coming down with. Oh, what's this? The last thing I need right now is some more drama. It's the military style chicken. This has been missing for, it feels like, years. Oh no, what's in its beak? Oh, this is wrong. I really should call the police. Who would do something like this? Obviously a sick little mind. Well, my first thought is there's a family member playing a great big funny game with me. What's it say? You know nothing. Did you hear that? I just heard something like of something in pain. What's something behind it here? I'm watching you. Oh, that's just stupid. Look, just ignore all that rubbish. That is just complete and utter crap. We don't want that. With that pathetic message, I'll actually just shove it down the chicken's gob where it really belongs. I mean, who's playing these stupid mind games? It is actually nice that I've got my military grade chicken back because I'm going to potentially need this to unbox the Muddy Fix 'em Up Friends. This is a newish 3-pack that I've seen in store. And also, if I'm feeling well enough, I'll get into the Percy and brake car Bruno set, which has got horribly flary on camera there. Teddy's come up to be inquisitive, and what I'm going to do next is we're going to go to my local Kmart, and I've captured some amazing footage over 3 days of what was going on there, and listen to very carefully what I say in this next segment when I'm in store looking at what's going on. Teddy, are you going to take over this, are you? I'm still yet to make Teddy play properly, like a little cat, with these toys here. Do you like rubber chickens? Do you like military style chickens, Teddy? Looks like he's more scared of it than anything else. Yeah. To my local Kmart next. Frippin' hell, it just doesn't stop. And this is a bit of a variation on a theme on stealing Hot Wheels from the 20 packs. I'm in my local, I'll say the store Kmart. This has had a really, really bad problem with these packs being broken into, and it's the one at the back which has had cars removed, and this time around they've come in to get 1, 2, 3. Yeah, there's 3 cars missing from that pack. It just does not stop. They've only made entry via this end, and what I do all the time when I see this, I actually put it right up the top, and hopefully a staff person can deal with that. I've actually totally lost count of how many times I've found that sort of activity. Like a good boy, I will put all the stock back together nice and square, so whoever is getting into the 20 packs can come along and have another go. It'd be so easy to nab the person who's doing this over and over in the same spot. All they need to do is put a camera just up there somewhere, and then they could resolve who's doing all the bad stuff. What I notice is often whatever's going on here is someone who is a creature of habit, very comfortable. I'm in the pet area, as you can see, and I saw a portable speaker, a much larger one, which had been hoiked from its packaging. This is only a little one, okay? So someone's decided I want that for nothing, and all we get left behind is the box. The theft in this store is incredibly predictable, and it has the hallmarks of being the same person because the stuff's been done in the same areas over and over. This is the area where the audio devices are, and one thing I'm noticing on the larger ones, look at all the wire spiders going on there. So obviously there's been a problem. When you start to see these on things, that means stuff's been worked out of store. And the more I look, there's wire spiders everywhere. But honestly, these really just annoy the honest people. The pros can get past those very simply. Well, this is quite unusual. Even the Lego Duplo has got a wire spider on it. Wow. Everything's going, but right next to that is this here. Someone's decided they want some free socks. Bamboo crew socks. Nice free gift for someone. This is flipping out of control. This is basically a day after the last time I came in here and saw some 20 packs being ripped into. Man, I'm absolutely lost count of what's going on in the sense of stock that's been manipulated. Okay, those two seem to be okay. Look at this here. Okay, it's been opened up on this end here. There's a couple, it looks like someone's tried to repack some cars here. You can see what's missing there. Just astonishing. I'll just put that one there because I will put it aside. Look at this one here. Oh, crikeys. This one's actually been opened on both ends. Okay, and I'll just scan along here. You see what's being taken out. I can't do the math on this one. There's quite a few cars missing. Again, there's some cars upside downsies there, which is unusual in my mind. I haven't seen that before. And I think this is the last pack here. That one looks like it's all intact. So I've got 3 here, which are okay. And these 2 busted up ones, I mean, it have to be up into the realm of well over 10 packs that I've seen broken into in this single store in what is very short time. I'm just going to put that up here, and hopefully staff can do the right thing by everyone else and get rid of that rubbish. I will reset these in the right spot, nice and square onto the shelf here. And I'm pretty sure last time I was in here I asked where are the security cameras to catch the person who's breaking into the 20 packs over and over and over. If you're wondering how the other Hot Wheels pegs are looking, where the little $2 cars are, well, you can see what's here, or should I say you can more see what's not here. And then the more expensive selection, well, it's much of the same. Just empty peggerage all the way to the ceiling. This is the next day again, and curiosity has killed the cat. I've been coming here, was it 3 days in a row, something like that. This is where I think I left 3 like that. 20 packs was left there. They've all gone. The pack that I left up the top there has been taken away, which is nice, but I'm wondering why are these down here when they should be up. They should be up here. I'm always thinking whoever's getting into the 20 packs is also attempting to get into those. There is one here without a spider, but I think it's all there. Okay, which is a little bit curious. But I'm sort of thinking, you know, one way to solve the problem here, very, very simple, would just to have a small sign here, like security cameras installed. That might scare people away. And again, I'll take a look at the pegged area. Not many 5 packs left. It looks like all of the single packs have gone. There wasn't much here yesterday, but the few things that were here looks like they've been sold. Extremely popular toy is our little Hot Wheels cars, of the cheap ones and the more expensive ones as well. I'll just head up to the naughty back corner, see what's up here, because this has been a hot spot many times over for things that have been shoplifted and manipulated. Hey, nothing much changes here. The song remains the same. The first thing I'll say about this is adult hold my arm out. Okay, so this isn't little kids doing this. This isn't adult doing this. There's a real mix of things here. You can hear rubber chickens going off in the background. Okay, you can read what's there. This toy here, what are these? The laugh out loud toys? Well, it looks like they've left some behind. Okay, a lot of this doesn't make sense. This is like low end stuff they've pinched, and I can also see right here with the squeaky things in the background an RFID tag. These RFID tags are used as a form of theft prevention. The naughty people know where to find these, and of course they remove them so something can be walked out of store. But it's really disturbing what I'm seeing going on here. It's the same store, it's the same places, and it just doesn't stop. It does not stop. And you know who pays for this? It's the honest shoppers, because the losses incurred by people doing things like this here are just slapped onto the prices of the other things that the honest people buy from the store. Aren't we dumb for being honest? Later in this video, I come back to the same Kmart to where the Hot Wheels 20 packs are being broken into, and we will see a resolution of what happens to the broken into Hot Wheels packs. It may surprise you how this store deals with this chronic shoplifting problem. It's extremely hard sometimes to do things when I've got a kitten right beside the camera. These 3 packs are what I see extremely popular. I would grab these. Now I keep saying this, grab these if you see them in store. Don't think you're going to pick this up just before Christmas. Of course, on the back, what's missing is telling me what are the others in this series, and I've actually got a pack here of a toy that was before the AEG toys. Remember the glory days? This was the greatest ever of this line of Trackmaster 2, I think as it was called. And that's what we used to see. You used to see other things you could collect. As an adult collector, I must always say that. With a clunky edit here, the Muddy Fix 'em Up Friends. I've still got Teddy here, and there's a blowfly behind me. And Teddy's distracted by the fly. Yeah, once again, I think this is a very, very interesting looking 3-pack. And essentially you get 2 characters. But on the back, well, there you go. You see the 2 characters there, but there's absolutely bugger all there to tell you what's going on. Hello, my sweetheart military grade rubber chicken. These are dangerous items. I'm going to aim for the cargo car there, and hopefully it will disrupt the packaging and release little toy train from the box. Okay, let's do it. That's what I'm aiming for. Here we go. Ah! Ah! It's talking to me. Wow, this chicken is screaming. But the Percy's actually putting up a hell of a fight. Oh, the other chicken's just fallen down. I'm going to have to use this or the other method. This is near impossible. Okay, it's free. I think the military grade rubber chicken needs to go back to boot camp. I'll just gently put it aside. Look at the train wreck here of stuff. I had to come in with the hand bash to free up the little bits of train, and I'll just get these gently all in the middle, and I'll get the turntable out so we can see it all properly. Well, in that stupidly wild unboxing, I've actually damaged Percy, and it is a 2-character box. We've got Bruno, a brake van, and we've got Percy. But on the back of the box, we only see Percy, infamous in-hand appraisal with the tilted over funnel there. We'll leave it like that because it looks cool. It's the 3rd type of face I've had on Percy's. Okay, the other 2 are different to this, just please trust me on that. I'm still struggling with the way the line work is done. It's just not done the way I like it to see. That overlap, because it looks like it's done in thirds, has this area looking a bit sketchy. That's just me being very picky. It really feels like they're still trying to sort out how to do the line work detail. We haven't got painted buffers, unfortunately. I suppose the trick with these is that they can do different faces really easily. Maybe I've given them an idea by knocking over Percy's funnel there. Not much else I can say about that. I put a battery in that. He is going to be powered up, and we will give him a run. This covered wagon of the old style wheels, which is nice. It's weird, they seem to mix up between having this, what I call the old style wheels, and you see the bogey detail as well, and this newer style wheel that we'll see on Bruno. I think I've got a covered piece like that before. It just has that underneath. And there was something I noticed about this is, and I'll go in closer and I'll show you something with the coupling here versus the axle. I found this purely by accident. I was playing with the coupling system and I noticed it was hitting the axle here. So if I push the coupling back, it stops the axle from moving because the axle's got little notched areas in it. If I pull the coupling forward, I can get a free spinning wheel and I can literally put a brake on it. I would prefer nothing interrupts and minces with the axle. That would be a better running train. Look, it's a covered wagon. It's pretty basic. You could put extra detail on it, but if there's one thing done to this, it would have really lifted the whole 3-pack if it was made into a troublesome truck. How simple would it be to have this as a troublesome truck, even if it was a covered one? I mean, that's just the basics. That's basics, you know, 101, making decent toys that are interesting and you want to buy. But hey, we didn't get it here. I know you say, oh, he's in trouble now. You can't say things like that. Well, I'm a totally free agent. We're going to take a look at Bruno, the brake van. And I had to do some reading up about this character. It's a very complicated character in the Thomas All Engines Go series. It's based on an American brake van. I'm not even going to try and say I know about this because, number one, I'm not American, and number two, I don't watch All Engines Go. This is an autistic character in the show. There are people saying it's the first autistic character. I always thought Theo was another one, going back in time, and I can't exactly tell you when that was, but I'm sure flippant people who watch this silly video will tell you. I'll go in a bit closer on this. There's quite a few missed opportunities here. You can see the plastic has got lots of details in it, but you can't really see it that well because it's not painted up. I mean, just a few little black dots where the buffers are is a start, and you could go wild with all the rest of the extra details that you could strip in on Bruno. And even when you look underneath here, it's fairly bland looking. And let me just go back in time, and not that far back, when we had an Annie that looked like this at the end of the Trackmaster 2 era, and we just thought, wow, all of a sudden we've got this incredibly awesome rolling stock that had an underneath that looked like that. Now you look at those two there, you know, it's almost like, this is almost like a knockoff toy, this Bruno. You know, when I used to look at the knockoff toys, that's what they used to look like. This is what you want to see. And the curious part about this is because Bruno is an autistic engine. He's very focused. It would have been nice if they went to town on the details on this, and that really would have said, wow, Bruno is this, and Bruno likes details. Bruno is very particular about things. And I just think it was a bit of a missed opportunity. It has got I call it the All Engines Go style wheels, which, I don't know, maybe I'll become a fan of them. I don't know. But I think I've said enough about that there. Of course, being a brake van, it does face, this is the back of the train in a sense. But it's nice to have a piece of rolling stock character. Rare, isn't it? And I sort of say, well, where's Toad? But maybe that it's just too hard to think about. But let me get this on the tracks and we'll just see what it looks like going round and round. This is a lovely looking 3-pack. Maybe Percy's a bit overrepresented in these toys. Percy is a confirmed shelf and peak sitter. Anyway, stay on the tracks, Percy. We'll get Percy on his way and we can ponder the beauty of this 3-pack. With Bruno being the brake van, coming up the back and in command of the situation, we hope. Yeah, Percy's tearing up the turntable. It's looking good. I actually don't mind the bend on Percy's funnel there. I know it's going to be disturbing many people, but hey, a change is as good as a holiday, they say. But yeah, nothing wrong with this 3-pack at all. I think it looks spectacular when it's on the move. I like those cogged wheels, the old style, because they can give you a bit of a lumpy run, and it always looks good on wagons like that. And I also notice in this set here, Percy, the bit of a lumpy runner. So yeah, sometimes they're a smooth running character and sometimes they get a bit lumpy. We can't say too many cruel things or else Percy is going to get upset. But yeah, Bruno, very eye-catching. And no matter what angle you look at Bruno, it looks great. But we can't watch this all day long because I've got another 3-pack to look at. Yeah, the muddy fix 'em up friends. In a very, very nasty way. There's something quite bizarre about this 3-pack, and you know, how many times have I said we need a little synopsis, we need some details, because not everyone is totally keyed into the franchise. Sometimes it's a grandparent or parent buying this stuff and they're trying to say, well, who's this character and who's this character? Now, I had a pretty good look over this, and I can't see, I'm not going to go too long on this, I can't see a name of the characters anywhere. Okay, we've got the picture of the two of them there, but I'm pretty sure there's not a name at all going on in this box, and that's wrong. Who you've got in here is Carley and Sandy the Ralph Beater. Talking like Percy. But I'll get these out of the box. I'm running out of time, and will I bang it up, or will I get a chicken, or will I just do things normally? I might do things semi-normally, which is pretty darn boring. It's always a fight to get toys out of box, and that's because you got naughty people in store who like to manipulate the stock, and I see it so often, especially with the Hot Wheels 20 packs. Ha ha ha. Give them a slight tap and the ship just fall out. Yeah. This is quite an interesting Thomas & Friends All Engines Go Motorised 3-pack. Although it does feature a character here who I know struggles to sell in the metal engine variant, and that is Carley. And Carley is a bit interesting here because Carley can have a hook applied to the top, and it actually turns Carley into a very, very tall bit of gear. Let me just put a ruler over this. With the measuring stick, I'll put it on the tracks here, we'll get a nice height reading of Carley, and with the hook on we've got something just over 90 millimeters and just shy of 95. In Imperial, I'm going to struggle here because I don't know Imperial, we've got something which is just over 3.5 inches. I couldn't tell you the exact measurement there because I don't understand Imperial. It's not that far off 3 3/4 inches, but we can go higher because the hook can bend upwards. And then we start to get a figure in Imperial of, it looks like just shy of 4 1/4 inches. And in a metric, if I spin it around very quickly, we get a measurement of, looks like 110 millimeters. That's quite tall. Okay, I'll break up this little party and I'll come in for an infamous in-hand appraisal. Being gently, of course. So the thing I notice here is you got one of the larger characters playing around as a team with one of the smaller ones. Maybe it's saying no matter how different you are, you can still cooperate and, you know, fix things up. Boring. Anyway, Thandy's in my hand. I have done no reading into this character, although it used to be a crane, which I don't understand why the crane is now on the tracks. I think that's miffed a lot of people. It's got printing of mud and sludge, but we've got no detailing going on in the back. You can see you could add bits to this if you want it to be very, very detailed. It's got a bit of a surprise face. The crane bit does move around. It will collide with the on-off switch when it's like that. But when it's on, I think you can still spin it around. But then again, if it's on, you wouldn't be doing this, would you? As in manipulating its hook. It goes up, it goes down. It's a bit limited in its movement. And of course, it comes off, and it goes onto a little piece of rolling stock. And this is quite a minor piece. Very basic. It's a flat car with a thing that holds the crane piece there. I suppose it looks good when it's like that. Yeah. There's, you know, the new style of wheels. There's not much else I can say. Look, I like the colour combination. Oops. Helps if I can hold it as well. Let's take a look at little Thandy over there next. Okay, Thandy the Ralph Beater. It's a maintenance vehicle. It's a little rail car. For some reason, in this 3-pack, Sandy is missing like a little shovel that you see in the metal engine variation, and let me just bring that in. I've never done a review of this. It's a peculiar little toy in the range, and this piece comes off. Well, I hope it comes off. Can I do it without causing a train wreck here? Okay, so I've got the shovel off the little metal engine, and will it go on to, this is the big litmus test here, can we transfer this across to that? Oh, it looks like you can. So that's sort of a semi-winner, but really it should be a little bit scaled up. But why haven't we got that piece on this Sandy? in the 3-pack. One thing would have lifted the 3-pack. How many times have I said something like that when we look at the 3-packs of Thomas and Friends, whatever? Got mud on it. Apparently Sandy likes to play in the sand. Maybe that's how she got her name. Yeah, it is what it is. It's a little girl character. Did we need another one of those? No. Can't say any more on that, else I'm going to get a lot of hate and whatever. It is a peculiar thing, and I think it really goes back to the fact that this is such a small character, and when I bring Carley in next to Sandy, you really get a feel of the grand difference in scale. And I think that's the fun of the pack, the fact you got little Sandy playing with big Carley, and in the end, guess what? They get along as friends. Just for a few giggles, I've got the metal engine version of Carley on the outside track, and on the inside is the motorised version. You can see a bit of a scale difference going on there. Maybe you got a favourite there. There's nothing really wrong with the metal engine version, although it seems to be a struggle to sell. I've done the same with Sandy the Rail Speeder, and remember the motorised version actually isn't motorised, it's just a piece of rolling stock in the 3 set. Just that one shovel adds to this would have made a world of difference. Let me clear the ring-ins off and let me get the 3-pack assembled in the way that it should be. And just looking here how Sandy's little claw coupler is different to the other couplings that you see on this range. Okay, it is making me feel more joyful and less sick by watching these wondrous Thomas All Engines Go toys go around the turntable. And I've actually noticed there's quite a printing blurby on Sandy the Flipper. Those top windows aren't lining up too well. Well, Carley's struggling to get any traction here, as in go forward. Sometimes I get some of these 3-packs on the turntable and they take off like rockets, and other times they act like this, which I've never ever quite worked out why. But nevertheless, it's a very, very interesting looking 3-pack. You know, I suppose Carley's a bit boring when you just see her as a box in a sense. But I think it's good, and from what I see in store, this 3-pack, like all the ones in this range, and that's the Crystal Thomas and Percy and Bruno, they all seem to be selling fairly equally. Just looking at Carley's face there, it's sort of that surprise face, which is sort of being overdone in the All Engines Go range. It's, yeah, you know, sometimes less is more with silly faces like that. And I'll get Carley to get away from me here. Finally, she's on the move for I don't know how long, but she's run out of puff up the back there. Oh no, she's taken off again. Yeah, I really don't understand what makes things go around crazy and makes other ones be a little bit lackluster. Carley seems to be a bit of a lumpy runner as well. I've been getting a lot of that looking at these AEG toys. I'll spice it up, I'll get Bruno, Whatnot and Percy, Busted Percy that is, onto the turntable, and magic may or may not happen, or there could be a train wreck. Just depends how lucky or unlucky I am, and Percy's having a bit of trouble here at the start, but sometimes that's all the fun. We'll let Percy be a bit derailed. He might go super wonko on us. Percy's nudging his way, I nearly said her way, against Carley there, but remember Percy is male. We must always remember that. Oh yeah, Percy is really fighting on there. So I want a break free moment. Yeah, Percy's away. Nice work. Sometimes the best fun is when it's all going wrong, and I think back to that, I call it a classic play set of Trackmaster. It was the Shake Shake Bridge set. An unusual set for a number of reasons, but for the fact that it was a troublesome set for the engine to run on, sort of made it the best fun. Percy's putting up another challenge there. I dare say Percy will just break through again in that very Percy way. Yeah, done it again. Nice work. I better make things right with a hand of God shot. There we are, or else people will get fried. Oh, we can't look at that for too long. It's triggering me. And there's Percy speeding along there because that inside radius is smaller than the outside one. And It always looks good when they're side by side like that. It does look like Carley is a slouch, but Carley has to do a lot more extra work on that outer ring. Bruno is just going to pass us by here. I'm actually warming to Bruno. Although, like I said, I think Bruno, with a little bit of extra work, could have been freaking awesome. But how many times have I said that? Looking at this stuff. In fact, I've just noticed Bruno's in a bit of trouble there. That's going to be triggering people as well. For some reason, I don't know how long Bruno's been derailed. Maybe he was like that all the time. I've just noticed it. There you go. He's running derailed, and, you know, that's going to really make Bruno upset because he likes things to be done correctly. Sorry, Bruno, for stuffing your day up. And Percy's now on the back of the turntable here, and I've got in foreground this happening. That was a radical shot, wasn't it? And Carley's going to take off with speed. Yeah, it's weird. The engines seem to have their own mesmerising way on the turntable. It's the simplest thing, and it can be highly entertaining. I always enjoy putting the camera over this. There you go. Carley's losing speed now. Actually, looks like Percy's going backwards. I should get Bruno done right. There we are. That'll make people a lot happier, and might give Percy a bit more speed. Yeah, it looks like Percy is tearing away. It's sort of cool the way Percy's looking to the side like that. Looking a bit cheeky. Yeah, I'm warming to the faces sometimes when they're done like that, but I think the silly, you know, surprised face, it's not doing it for me. And of course, thinking of silly surprised, no more than speak of the devil. There you go. Yeah, it's like the Halloween surprise look gone wrong or just overdone. That's my 2 cents on that sort of style face. I'm just going to do a deal with the devil here, and I'll put the tiny little metal engine Fandy in front of Percy there. So, I mean, both styles of train toys run on the same track, which is miraculous. Of course, one's the motorised version, the other one's just metal engine, as they call it. And this might add a bit more weird glory to what we're seeing going around. I can say that ridiculous line. You don't see that on YouTube every day. Thank God for that, hey? Bit of a surprise shot there, isn't it? I don't know, it looks sort of cool. Yeah, the fact that both style of trains run on the same track, that's actually quite nice. And because I'm feeling a bit naughty and a little bit curious, I'm going to take the hook off here without causing a train wreck. And I'll put it up here. Oops. Carley didn't like that. And what I'm going to put in front of Carley is the metal engine version of Carley, which is right here. Metal engines are a bit curious because they've got couplings both ends, but for some reason on the motorised version we don't have the couplings on any of the motorised components, which I've never really quite worked out. Maybe someone who watches these videos can explain that for me, but there's another one. You don't see that on YouTube every day either. It looks semi-awesome. Yeah, mixing and matching them, you know, a lot of fun. It actually all looks pretty good. I'm sort of semi-surprised a toy company like Mattel hasn't put out a circular playset like this that you can just put something on in the circle and a couple of different tracks. It's just one of those things that you put food on and you put in the middle of the table, and I've totally forgotten its name. It has a name in life, but at the moment I'm mentally wrecked. Yeah, it would be so simple to do, but hey, you know, sometimes the simple things elude the greatest minds. And metal engine Carley's actually really putting the brakes onto motorised Carley. Give Carley some love. I just see her peg sitting way too much in the metal engine variety. While we watch the absolute beauty of the Thomas 3-packs going around in slow motion, I'm going to talk about the shoplifting that I've been witnessing at my local Kmart. It's the one at Hornsby in Westfield, Hornsby. I'm not keeping it a secret because keeping things secret doesn't solve problems. Of course, I've spoken to staff there. I've spoken to the hierarchy of Kmart Australia at Errand Affair. I told them exactly what was going on. I was very detailed in what I told them. They seemed to understand what was going on. They even spoke about other brands they knew were being taken out of store. I have seen wire spiders applied to many of the sets there. Anything that's a little bit more pricey, and I think I know what's going on, and this is my theory on this. Stuff is being hooked out of store now because the vacuum of toys will go on again this year. I'll make a prediction. There'll be a shortage of toys again in the lead up to Christmas. So the only place you're going to find toys for your little ones is go online. So if people are pulling stuff out of store, then they're in prime position to sell stuff online. And of course, they've basically picked it up for nothing. So whatever they sell it for online, it's all profit. As for the Hot Wheels being stolen in store, I think it's a slightly different dynamic, as in the fact the 20 packs being picked apart. I've spoken to Hot Wheels collectors that I've bumped into in the local store and other stores. I told them what's going on. They understand the dynamic going on for the fact there are sometimes very special cars in these 20 packs. I don't see the special cars because I don't have Hot Wheels eyes. But what worries me is this local Kmart of mine knows clearly what's going on. There's umpteen packs that I've found manipulated in store. I put them on the top shelf in countless videos now. But the local store seems to do nothing to stop the 20 packs from being manipulated. And the first thing you would do is put a wire spider around it. That's number one. The second thing you would do, maybe put a sign up in the aisle, you know, video cameras monitoring this area. Or put a dummy camera up, or God forbid, put a real camera up in the aisle area there, and it may deter the person doing this. Although my gut feeling is whoever is doing this has got some mental issues. That's my gut feeling. Maybe you'll see it a different way because maybe you've been watching my videos and I've been showing you more and more of this story. What I should do is condense all of the stolen Hot Wheels footage into one video, and it would actually blow your mind. It has been really bizarre to watch, and it doesn't seem to stop. And that's why I'm starting to name names here, because I'm thinking something's got to be done. It gives me a strange feeling seeing this going on without anything there to stop it. And we'll now take a look at the footage of what happens to the manipulated stock and how Kmart deals with it. And maybe you can have your 5 cents on what's going on in the way that stock is then put back on the shelf. I suppose this can be a nice little end stop to the story of the Hot Wheels 20 packs which were being manipulated in store. Well, that's where the normal Hot Wheels stock is, and it's all basically gone now. Will it ever reappear? Let's hope so, or else Mattel's profits will go plunging. The 20 packs are back on the shelf. Now, the last time I was here, there was none. They'd sold out. And this is what we're presented with. So the manipulated stock has these labels on it. Soiled, damaged, faulty merchandise. You can see a date there. It says missing one car. And we go down here and there is a ever so slightly reduced price. Okay, that's one. Here's another one here. Same. Missing 10 cars. How much would you pay for something missing 10 cars? So they're $20. That doesn't really make sense. Maybe it does make sense. They're pricing the cars at $2 each, but anything that was half collectible and valuable in this pack has been ravaged by thieves. Very evil, isn't it? So that's two. There's another one here. Oops, something just fell on the floor behind me. This one, I'm pretty sure I've seen this one before. It's got 3 missing cars there going across screen. Yes, I remember this one. There's the upside downsy ghost car there. I'm just going to call it another upside down car here. There's no label on there. Oh, there's a label on the back. We'll get to that. They've just sealed this up with sticky tape. I had to think of a word then. Let's read this one. Soiled, damaged, faulty, blah, blah, blah. There's a date there telling you what's missing. Some team member's name, and there's the price there. I still think it should be a lot lower. Personally, a lot lower. It was just astonishing to see this stuff being played with in store. It was very vibrant in the way it happened. a couple of boxes may have been sold without being fiddled with, but the bulk of the stock that was in store here, box by box, one by one, was being fiddled with, and I'm just going to make sure we're neat and tidy here, always leaving the shop in a really respectable way, something like that. But just thinking back to this scene here, it's a very common scene that I see in toy areas, and it reminds me of the mass popularity of Hot Wheels toys with adults, YouTube, and also younger ones. And what's my favourite saying about things like this? You can never make a cent from an empty peg. I know some of you may have thought, where did Teddy go? Well, Teddy was around for a while and I gave Teddy some food and that distracted Teddy away. And he's actually back. You know why cats come back? Because they want food. Teddy is one of the kittens we've got. Bubble is around, but Bubble's not as big a personality as Teddy. Bubble's a little bit more recluse. And Teddy's, like all kittens, are quite inquisitive in what's going on. Like Teddy being there now, but Teddy doesn't like the rubber chicken. Let's see if Teddy likes seeing these go around in circles or not. Sometimes cats will get interested in things and sometimes they just ignore things. It's quite hard to understand what they're going to do. Having a sniff, but that's not really having a swipe. I thought maybe Teddy would have a swipe at what's going around there. I'll come along and I'll turn Percy on. That might get Teddy a bit more excited. I might make Teddy go away. Well, I thought we were going to get a swipe out of Teddy there. A lot of noise going on. That's the one thing about the trains going around. It's a great noise. It's a very pleasant sound, actually. Teddy's just witnessing and not, looks like Teddy's going to be on the run here. No coffee for Teddy. He'll be up all night. I'm just going to watch the trains go round and round. And like cats do, they like to just wash themselves. Yeah, I'm just going to watch, aren't you, Teddy? Teddy's a Guinness cat I like to watch.